Hello and welcome to the Corona Yoga Challenge. Today is day 95. We are going to start by coming onto your tummies today, but please, before you do, please make sure you check my website, make sure that you're keeping safe, do subscribe if you'd like to, and if you bring yourself onto your tummy. So you're just going to lie yourself flat and easy onto your tummy. You're going to have your arms in front of you and you're going to let your head rest into your hands. And you're just going to rock your hips from one side to the other side. So just ease them out from one side to the other side, nice and comfortably. And then bring yourself back to the centre. And you're going to bring your legs so that they're close in towards one another. Don't think I can do a little bit more feet, but not much. From here, you're gently going to inhale and lift your head up. Exhale, bring your head back down. We're going to do that a couple of times, a nice easy movement, inhaling up, exhaling down. And then you're going to let your head rest down and into your hands. See if you can soften and widen as if you're taking your elbows further away from you, so you're sliding out onto the floor a little bit more. And then you're going to take your hands down beside yourself, so they're going to be down and underneath your hands, so you're going to press down and into your hand. So gently lift up with the chest. Shoulders are going to roll down, back of the neck stays long. And then slide yourself all the way back down. And one more time. Lifting up, shoulders are in, elbows are close. And drawing down. From here you're going to take one leg and you're going to bring it in towards you. So you're drawing your heel in and to the side. So you're getting a feeling of lengthening through the thigh that's on the floor, so it's through the front of the thigh and the quadricep. You're going to release that leg down, and then the other side. So you can have your head just resting comfortably whilst you do this. You're going to come to your first side again. You're going to take hold of your foot. You're going to see if you want to take the other leg as well, and then you're going to start to angle your feet back and away from you. And then you're going to send your toes back to draw you up and into bow pose. You're going to let your knees come down and let your head rest down. Let yourself just come into a really, really easy, soft, relaxed position. And then we're going to do that same thing again, or doing your second side. So if you're not wanting to do both legs together, do your other side this time. So same thing, legs are coming in towards you. You're going to draw your feet back, or your toes back, so the toes and the feet get a little bit active. From here, you're going to sink your toes back and away, and then you're going to think about gently lifting up with the feet, so you get a feeling of lifting up. And then let yourself come all the way down. Take your hands onto the floor. Let your body rest in an easy position. You're going to take your hands down and onto the floor in the direction of your waist. Press in through your hands, slide back through your hips, and rest forwards and into child's pose. And really allow the back to curve up as you do this. So the head sinks, the hips sink, the back of the waist rounds. And then bring yourself into all fours. Nice comfortable distance, so you're going to arch the back up and back just a couple of times in cat pose before we go any further. And one last time, just get really nice wakening up feeling. And then we're going to come into a standing forward bend. So you're going to tuck your toes under, you're going to walk your hands back towards your feet. You're going to lift up with the hips, fold forward, soft knees. Allow your elbows to rest somewhere onto your thighs. Release the head down, have a little stretch, a little move around. Don't feel like a stick person. Enjoy being alive and in your body in each different pose. Bend through the knees, spread up through the hands, up through the pelvic floor and the tummy. And then bring your hands back to your heart. We are going to come into a balancing pose now, so just make sure you've got a little bit of support beside you should you need it. We're going to be coming forwards and we're going to see where we get to from there. So on your mat, you're just going to take a step forwards and you're going to let your back heel come up. You're going to let your arms come wide, and then you're going to let your back leg lift. So you've got that little feeling of lift in the back leg and a feeling of support wrapping round through the back leg and into the buttock and up and round into the standing leg. Bringing yourself back to standing, back to settled. And then opposite foot is going to step forwards. So weight comes into the front foot, back heel lifts, shoulders sink down in the way. We get a wide open feeling out. And then lift yourself up and forwards. So nice and steady down through the supporting leg. Getting that feeling of that support coming up and into the hip. And then bring yourself back and to standing. Let the shoulders release down. And then we're going to come to your first side again. We're going to have the option from the hands being out to the side of the hands coming round towards the back. So if you keep the palms up so the shoulders rotate out. So you're just doing that if that feels comfortable, and then we might take the hands towards one another. It's so important when we're taking the hands around the back and we're balancing that we make sure that we're being safe, obviously, because your hands are back here rather than out in front near your support. So be really mindful of where you take your hands. So you're going to take a nice step out and down through the front foot. Hands are going to come wide. You're lifting yourself up and forwards. Then you're going to take your hands back slightly. You're going to see how that feels. If it feels good, you can let the hands or the palms face towards one another. And then you're going to bring yourself all the way back up and out and back to standing. And then we're going to come to the opposite side. We're going to do exactly the same, the option of turning the hands round. So stepping down into the front foot, hands are wide, shoulders are sinking down and away from your face. You're lifting yourself up and forwards. From there, take the hands back with the palms facing away from one another if it feels okay. If you like that feeling, that the palms come towards one another. And then take your hands wide, bring yourself back and to standing. So back to settled feet. Let you have a little move around, so do that arching and releasing of the hips and the back. And let's stretch off all the way up and overhead and out and down. We're going to come down to the floor now to do a twist. So if you bring yourself so that you are, I think that's too much, bring yourself so that you are just standing somewhere comfortable. From here, a little bit of space between the feet. You're going to let your hands come down your legs. You're going to sink down towards your hips, if your heels towards your hips towards your heels if it feels comfortable. Do bring yourself higher up if you prefer. From wherever you are, you're going to take both hands onto one side. You're going to ease yourself around towards this side. Hands come back onto your legs. We're going to press down through the feet, lift up through the hips for a moment. And then hips are going to come down. And we're going to come over to the opposite side. So you're just walking your hands onto the other leg. Ease yourself out and round, get that nice feeling of spiralling. Come back to the centre. Lift up through the hips, down through the heels, fold forwards. And then we're going to come to your first side again. So this time, see if you can get the knees, the feet closer and together. Bring yourself and you can come higher onto the balls of the feet if you would like. Ease yourself round to one side, to the centre, and to the other side. And back to the centre. And then if you bring yourself to sitting so that you can do a little bit of breathing. So just however you would like to be sitting this evening, this morning, whatever time of day it is for you. So we're going to do a little breathing where we focus into the heart area. So the centre of you. I know there's lots of different centres, your dantian, your heart, head for some people. Did you see my funny eyes? So we're going to try and go with the whole centre of you, so it can expand in all directions to encompass wherever all of you is for you. And we're going to start with the area of the heart. So as you breathe in, you're going to breathe into the centre area of the heart. You're going to feel that energy and the physical movement of the body as you expand wide to the sides. So you're just going to focus in on that from the heart, wide out to the sides, feeling at the moment. And then we're going to focus on that lifting and dropping feeling. So we expand up and down. with the in-breath. And start to see if this breath is happy to get a little bit slower. So try not to have any force in the breath, but to have a feeling of being able to expand a little bit further. And then let your body just settle for a moment. See if you can come to that 3D feeling of the heart. So now what we're going to do is breathing in, expanding forwards to back. And then you know what's happening next, don't you? We're going to go 3D. Can you do all of those movements at one time? So forward to back, up to down, out to the side. So we get a feeling of every part of you and beyond you expanding. And just do it in your own time so it feels steady, it feels comfortable, it feels expansive. And it feels like you. It doesn't feel like somebody else is breathing you. So my challenge for you today is to go find a tree and hug it. Nice inspiration from Adam. So yeah, go see if you can find a big tree. Ideally go up and give it a proper hug, a proper hello. If that feels a bit too much for you, then do it in your mind. If that feels too much for you, just go find a nice picture of a tree out of Google. And it might be that you've got a special tree in your mind from your childhood or from earlier in your life, or just now a tree that you particularly kind of fell in love with or connected with. So you could just bring them to mind. And quote for the day is, I really like this one, George Santavana. A man's feet should be planted in his country, but his eyes should survey the world. A man's feet should be planted in his country, but his eyes should survey the world. I think George Santavana was onto something. Hope you have a super day. Hope you enjoy the rain, enjoy some trees, and have